This is Tacos Live. Boys, how are we doing?
Awesome. We're doing great, Brandon. How are you?
Dude, I'm fantastic, man. Like I said, the Olympics are on. That's one of my favorite things to see. I love seeing everybody come together. I love seeing everybody at their best, trying their hardest, but having fun at the same time. And with all of social media out there, I think we're going to kind of touch on this. It's been really cool to get to see inside of the Olympic Village from the eyes of the athletes because of TikTok and Instagram and all of that. It's been so cool.
It is cool. I love that you're a fan of those Olympics in the spirit of competition. And guess what? I got to give a shout out to my partner in crime here, Jeff Solomon, in the spirit of competition. Take it away, Jeff.
Well, hey, you know, we're always looking for fantastic guests. And so where we find these guests is, well, we troll Common Skew, the Skew-munity, and also LinkedIn. And I found Christina and, you know, on LinkedIn. And what I love, and Jay teaches, you know, great classes on LinkedIn, and he'll appreciate how important the bio is. And when Christina had put in her bio, personal core values, and I'm looking at them because I forget, personal core values, growth, balance, and integrity. And then I started to look at what Christina did, and I go, oh, Tacos guest, here we go. And then I presented her to Jay. And now I present her to you, our Tacos audience, the Promo Corner audience, our Forums audience. And you're going to see she rocks.
Yes.
Can we do Tacos Up or something like that?
We might. I mean, it's up to us, but it looks like Brandon.
It's up to the host, Brandon, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So let's do it for the gram. If you have a taco, put it up. If you don't, put up those taco forks and show us how you hold it. I think it's awesome. Let's get a nice smile. All right, that is awesome. All right, for you guys watching out there on social media, if you want to interact with this conversation right over there in the message box, just go ahead and type it. I'm going to be monitoring all of the social media feeds. I'm going to drop off here, come back at the end, and we will ask all those amazing questions that you guys have. So we'll see you guys at the end.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. We can't wait. Well, really, we can't wait to talk to Christina. Christina Maag, you are on our show, and we are fired up and thrilled. We are so glad that Jeff trolled and stumbled across your epic LinkedIn profile. Great job on your profile. I have to give you a shout out. You are the president, the founder, the CEO, the creative director, the cruise director of all epic stuff. I normally say something else at Hoopla, and it is so cool to have you on the show.
Yes, you can't use the other.
I know. Got to keep it PG. She's got young ones, Jeff. Let's keep it PG. Christina, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's so much fun. I'm going to share a few slides, and hopefully we'll tell a little bit about your story. Sure. And we're just grateful that you could take some time with us and have some fun, have some tacos. Thank you for hoisting up your virtual taco. I saw that. That was pretty cool. Next time we're in Vegas together, I can, you know, spring for a few real ones, if that's okay.
Great.
We'll do it. So this is our show, the Tacos Live show on Promo Corner. As Brandon said, every second and fourth Tuesday. We're grateful to be a part of the Promo Corner family, but really this isn't about them. It's not about us. It's about you. We wanted to spotlight. We want to put that bright light in every positive way, in every positive sense of the word on Hoopla and Christina Maag. And I love this logo. It just immediately, I can't wait. I'm like, there's got to be a story. Where did this name come? What can you tell us?
So I've been in the promotional products industry for about 2.5 years. I started Hoopla end of November, early December of 2019, right before COVID hit. And I originally worked in corporate America for a long time, and I was buying a lot of swag, and I never really thought much of it, but I had the opportunity to kind of leave corporate America and kind of learn what a distributorship was. But I realized I wanted to kind of explore doing it the way I would want to do it, because a lot of distributorships, from my experience, are owned by men. They kind of are a little more focused on like kind of more sales tactics, and coming from being a buyer for so long, that wasn't what resonated with me. So my husband, he recommended, he's been a serial entrepreneur, and he was like, you should just start your own distributorship. And I was like, you're nuts. But I said, you know, what do I have to lose? I can just give it a go. We'll see what happens. And so when we were thinking about the name, or more, I was thinking about the name, I started coming up with a list of names. And I really didn't want the word promo in it, and nothing's wrong with that. That just
No,
wasn't
I get it.
my
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
I wanted a name that didn't say anything about swag or promo or that kind of stuff. I wanted a name that still had something to do with it, but also could be like a retail brand. Like you just don't know.
Cool.
And so I came up with a lot of, I don't like a long name either. So that was my other criteria. So I came up with a list of shorter names, and Hoopla kind of just stood out to me. And when I was figuring out my brand colors and kind of how I wanted my logo to look, I was really scared to alienate like male customers by picking feminine things that I was attracted to.
Sure. That makes sense.
But my husband said, it's your business.
That's
Just
right.
do what feels good to you. And so that's how Hoopla came about. And I added the marketing merchandise, and I'll usually use Hoopla by itself if I'm doing branded merch for myself, but I added the marketing merchandise as kind of a secondary line logo so that people do know what it is.
Gotcha.
And I call myself a brand consultant as well as the founder of Hoopla, because I'm not just there to sell you swag. I'm there as a consultant, a solutions partner, et cetera, for my clients.
Love that. Great description. Jeff, right? Is this not awesome? Look at this.
No, I love it. And I love the story behind it, that you went with what's you, and obviously you probably have a great husband who's a very smart, serial entrepreneur. So we'll all relate, just go for it, you know, and as people will see when we go through this, we're going to see what this Christina has done.
Yes.
We're like 2.5 years of experience. And this is, where the goal is for any distributor of any size. There's great stuff here.
And whether we've been in business 2.5 years or 20.5 years, the truth is we should be pursuing that education. And that's why this show's so fun and meaningful for us, is because we get to showcase both ends of the experience spectrum. And I love catching people with fresh eyes, as I call it, where you don't know what's supposed to happen. So you just kind of figure it out and do it your way. As Jeff said, you did it your way. And I love that because it's fresh, it's authentic, it's new, it's different, and it breaks the norms and it crushes the status quo. That's a hard word for me to say.
You're not jaded by that promotional, products.
Yeah, this is what we're supposed
swag,
to be. The old guys club. Let's be honest.
Price marketing, all that stuff that so many continue to do, but let's leave it at that. Move on, please.
Moving on.
Before I get into trouble. I'll get into trouble.
I already stepped in it yesterday, and I'm going to have to apologize. That's a whole nother issue. So the truth is when I see your Instagram feed, and this is a little snapshot, a little screen grab of a few of the tiles, it's so good. It's so original. And yet I can see a theme. I start to see colors that complement each other. And so I asked you before we got started, so how many are on your team, and who's the creative director, and who's doing all of this work? And you said, Christina?
I do everything. I'm a one-woman business, and it's exhausting. But yeah, I do it all.
Love that. That is so impressive. And again, that speaks to your energy, your enthusiasm, the growth, and the seriousness in which you take your business. But this is really good stuff. When I saw that you had over 5,000 followers on LinkedIn, it's not about the numbers, it's about the connections, let's be clear, but it's still an indicator that you're providing great content, that you're attracting an audience that obviously is looking for solutions, as you put it. So these Instagrams, you're gramming it up, girl. This is tight. This is the good stuff. So tell me about it. What does this look like to you? Does this look like work you're proud of, or are you like me and you're like, yeah, but that little angle there is off, and the color over here? Or how do you deal with all this?
I think as I get older, I just understand it's progress over perfection for me. I'm constantly trying to figure out how to improve things, but I'm not letting it slow me down. I think a couple of ways that I kind of streamlined kind of my Instagram / my social media is I do use Canva, which most people do, to create my social media posts. I use a social media scheduler so that I can just reuse the same posts for all of the different channels. And I pick brand colors so that I can have consistency across all of my posts. And I just try to collect images of items that I see on suppliers' websites that kind of excite me, and I just
Mhm.
kind of collect them so that I always have some kind of something fresh to pull from when I'm creating my posts. And I really am trying to bring a retail type look to promo, so people know that it's not just stuff that you're going to throw away. It's actually, you will have ROI on it, and you will, you know, give it away and make people excited to receive your swag or look forward to getting it. So
Right. That's so smart, so bright. Jeff, what do you say, man?
Well, again, I want to come back to, here's a person that's been in this industry for just over 2 years and is jumping in and learning it and grabbing the things that are so important. And the other thing I want to comment on, and we'll touch on this a little bit, is grabbing those lifestyle shots that are so important. You know, we here at Tacos with Jay and Jeff are very blessed to have a variety of really great, savvy guests, and inevitably certain themes come up. It's certain suppliers come up and certain things, you know, kidding, obviously a big deal, but lifestyle images are all the rage. Much better than showing a catalog shot of a mug standing alone,
totally,
as opposed to, you know, somebody out you know, using this in a, you know, campground.
Hey, I've got something like that. It says Tacos with Jay and Jeff. Is that what we're
Yeah,
not
I
supposed
happen
to
to have
this?
one from our good friends at Where? Oh,
I don't.
sweet.
Well, we're gonna have to make sure that we can share some of that brand love with Christina. But
I would love
Christina,
that.
your point is so well taken, and Jeff, thank you for bringing it home, because I don't see a sales sheet here. I don't see pricing here. I don't see something on a C or get 24 and then 48 and then 96 and 144. I mean,
Oh, please. You know,
I know. I shouldn't have got you started.
20 years ago.
I triggered Jeff. I'm sorry, Christina. You didn't want to see that. But the truth is that we're trying to compliment you in the best way we know how, which is probably limiting. But the truth is that this is really great work, and it stands on its own, and you should be complimented, and others. And I have to say, I love the fact that you said there's enough to go around. I'm willing to share. I'm okay with people seeing this, because it's not like there's a secret here, right?
No.
So it's great work. Okay, so we can find you on Instagram where?
Hoopla_Boise.
Okay, so you're in the Boise, Idaho area, which is awesome. And
I know why your business is booming. You know, and that's because all the people from LA are moving to Boise.
That was me 7 years
other
ago.
places.
I moved here from LA 7 years ago, grew up in San Francisco in the city. So there's no shame in that.
Yeah, California refugees are going to Idaho, California, Nevada, but that's not the point of our show. So let's keep clicking here. I've got a couple of more greatness to share. And the first one is, if I can get my slide to advance, there it is. We were speaking specifically about lifestyle shots, what I call stop the scroll. So when people are going through Instagram, this is, by the way, these are my teenagers. It's about like this. And then they'll go, huh? Oh no, I don't know her. Good. You know, it's just like, I don't know how they can process that much info that fast, but they do. And so a lot of our buyers are probably somewhere connected, whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's Instagram, they're Facebook, they're following us, they're watching us, and they want to see something that's going to jump out, that be different. And when I saw this, I immediately stopped. Everybody's happy. Everybody's smiling. You got that little peace vibe going. We've got fun people. They're all wearing sunglasses. Again, no pricing. I don't know if this is a retail ad for you know, Ray-Bans or some other sunglass company. It's very much a retail looking feel and shot, and there's nothing wrong with that. So when you, Christina, say, hey, whatever your style is, Hoopla can find the perfect fit for you, and then you see this, it's also summertime, it's a lot of fun. This is great work. Thank you again. I'm sorry we're bragging all over you. It sounds like we're just like gushing here, but Christina Maag, my word.
So a couple tips I have for people, because I started the Instagram when I started the business. So December of 2019, I promised myself the first year that I did the Instagram, I would post consistently every single day, which is a lot. But I had to do that. And so I want to tell people that are getting started with like really trying to strengthen their like social media strategy. If you look at that picture, it has 10 likes. And I used to get really caught up in the beginning when I was posting like, wow, I'm only having 10 likes or 13 likes. But like you said, that's the culture. People are noticing it and they're just not double tapping. And that's not a big deal. So I've let go of my ego, understood that it's not about the likes, the amount of likes you're getting, and to stay consistent. I get actually quite a bit of business through LinkedIn and Instagram, and I'll say, "Oh, how did you find me?" I've been kind of following you on LinkedIn or Instagram. Yes. I've never seen them like one thing, and then they'll mention that you did a post like 2 weeks ago, and I was interested in this item. So don't get discouraged. It's not about the likes. You're still going to get that visibility that you want to, attract new clients.
Words of wisdom from Christina Maag. Oh my God, that was so great. You are so right in every way. And we do get caught up in the likes and the numbers, but we need to be true to ourselves and follow that path and blaze that trail forward. And people do lurk and they are watching, and you are getting the return on that investment. So you're doing everything that we would say to do, and it's working. And it's so fun to hear that story from you.
Yeah.
Love it. Jeff, are you blown away at this work or what?
I love this work. I mean, this is, and I love, again, one of the great things that is happening on the show, and we've been doing the show a long time now, is the people's willingness to just share, their experience and what's working for them. People can, take that and use it and learn from it. Yes. And, people's willingness to share is always just a blessing to hear.
It is. And we kind of have that same vibe. And so, Christina, it's fun to also see what people share in terms of hashtags. So I love this futurist, bright, fun. Hot back summer. That's, all of this.
Hot back summer.
I love it. I love the sass and I love the originality of it. So kudos back to you. Again, that's the purpose of the show. If folks haven't figured it out right now, it's not about us. We're trying to catch this epic branding, this magical marketing. And when we see it, we spotlight it. And so to Jeff's point, thank you for sharing. Thank you for setting the bar high, because it's great work. And I want to continue to share it. So here we go. This is about the supply chain, our supplier partners, remembering that we're not alone. It's not all on us. And so this was something that I saw both in Facebook and on Instagram that you had shared. And it looked like it was just a straight up product shot of like the cover of a catalog, the cover of a retail ad. And of course, we're familiar with the brand Alternative, but tell us more about this, Christina. What caught your eye and why did you want to share it?
Well, so all of the above of what you said, it looked like something that would catch my eye if I was looking at a catalog. And I'll tell you the truth. So I usually batch my work. I'll spend it used to take me, when I first started batching my work, literally 8 hours to batch 30 Instagram posts or social media posts in one day. Now I can do it in about 2 hours. But what I do is, if I'm short on time, because I've been super busy with client work, I will just grab full images and not put them in Canva and not kind of, doctor them up with my logo and all that jazz. And then I'll use, stock images that I find attractive. And then I'll kind of just customize the headline to them.
Gotcha.
And
that's smart. That's really smart.
Yeah. And so all the suppliers right now, not all, but a lot of the main players right now have a tab called marketing, distributor tools, whatever. And if you go in there, they're always updating and perfecting them. And once you kind of pick your favorite vendors, I guess, or suppliers that you like, you can go visit their pages, and some update them quarterly. Like I would say Sanmar. They're not someone that you would want to check once a month. They're more of a quarterly thing for me to look for images. And then, other companies.
Has anybody else come to top of mind that you might share?
Yeah, sure. Alpha Broder has an amazing marketing. They straight make the social media posts for you with the hashtags and everything.
Awesome.
So you can just grab that, and if you want to copy their hashtag, you can, or you can customize it and use some of theirs. So Alpha Broder is actually, and the funny thing is, I don't sell a lot of Alpha Broder, but yet, of course. And
right.
And that's just how the business goes. You start getting comfortable with your supplier connections. And so I'm sure that's another topic, but
another story for another day.
Exactly. Alpha Broder is probably one of my go-to if I'm in a pinch and really just need some filler. I go to their website, and you have to log in, and then they have the marketing collateral for you to use.
Really
and
cool.
I just try to pick images that are on brand for me, because some of their images are way more not my brand, and so I just don't pick them.
Gotcha. No, that's great advice. Jeff, how smart is that? It almost sounds like something you would have said a few years ago or a few months ago about all of these marketing tools and the need for our suppliers to, in a polite and yet professional way. You've always been pushing them to kind of up their game, right?
Yeah, let's just be honest here.
Uh-oh.
Okay, hold on.
Uh-oh. Wait a minute. How much honesty are you going to share?
I'll be good. I'll be real, and I'll be candid as I usually am. I mean, these are crazy times. I mean, what we are experiencing right now in our personal and business lives is okay. God, I haven't used it. Nobody's used the unprecedented word for a while, but I'll use it here. And the reality is there's been a shakeout. There'll be a shakeout of distributors that won't make it. There'll be a shakeout of suppliers that won't make it just because of the challenges. I mean, this whole supply chain issues is a hot topic, and just, just what we've been through as a country and as an industry. And the ones that are going to make it are the people, suppliers and distributors, that are able to step up the game and provide the marketing tools that will help Christina and other distributors of all sizes succeed. I mean, this is the real deal. And maybe, perhaps this is a little takeaway message again from Tacos with Jay and Jeff, is that, anybody, like, here's somebody who came into the industry with not a ton of experience, but the smarts to figure it out. I mean, Jake, I mean, I can't.
I know.
I would have never known 2 years. Come on.
I know. We didn't have any clue. I had no idea. I looked through your LinkedIn profile. I saw a little bit of your background, but I didn't know how long you've been in business. And I would have guessed 5 years or more, easy minimum. And so it's a compliment to your work and your drive and your commitment to building your business as a founder, as an entrepreneur, as a mom, all the energy that you've probably poured into, this last couple of years. It's been hard and lessons learned, but I hope and I guess that there's been some success along the way too. And so, you're
rolling your eyes up. Yeah, I got some success, right?
I'm surprised. I'm just surprised because going into starting my own business, and then the good thing about COVID starting in the sense was I had planned to make zero money, because it was a new business. So it wasn't devastating for me. And it gave me time to kind of learn and grow that first year. It wasn't super busy, but it wasn't horrible either for my first year. This year has been probably triple as busy for me. I get a lot of, all my business at this point is referral business. I love what I do because coming from the buying end, I really love giving an experience that I would have appreciated when I was a buyer. I love what I do. I did a post actually last night because I'm training for my first marathon, and I compared training for my first marathon as to owning a startup.
Great comparison.
It's exhausting. It's challenging. You're like, can I do this? But it's also put one foot in front of the other and just get one day under your belt each day. And then that's winning. That's winning for me. So.
Love it. So great and so true. Truer words have not been spoken on the Tacos with Jay and Jeff show. Christina Maag, you are crushing it like a tiny taco, and we love that in every way. I have a couple more slides I want to share. The next one is really where we're going to kind of land. So we just rounded third. We're coming into home. Sure. Brand talk. When I saw this, I was like, oh, what is going on here? And I watched one of your shows recently, as you know. It was really good. It was really good. You're working with Megan from Southern Branding,
That's
correct?
Yep.
Tell us more about what is Brand Talk, why Brand Talk, and how you're executing this strategy.
Okay. So Megan and I met each other through AIA. We both, use AIA to kind of help grow our businesses. And she had approached me because she liked my Instagram. Mm-hmm. And she's like, what are you doing? How are you doing it? Et cetera, et cetera. And then she approached me kind of down the line and said, would you be interested in partnering with me on some social media? And I was like, I don't want to do extra work for you to benefit. I was in a negative mind space, to be honest. I was so busy with growing my own business. I went negative right away, but I thought about it and I said, you know what? You've been in the industry for, 15 years. I'm new to the industry. I really liked Megan. I was like, let's give it a go. Why not? That's one thing also I've learned is You just got to try it. So we kind of figured it out. We did Zoom, we recorded it, uploaded it to IGTV, YouTube, and we kind of pick a topic every week to talk about. We probably have 5 viewers, and most of them is our families.
Hey, now you have 6.
I know, right?
And we totally get that, because that's how Jeff and I started. I think we're up to 24 viewers.
Yeah. We just have a handful of viewers for Talking to Jay and Jeff. We're up to, I don't know. I'll call.
We're not counting numbers. It's all about the quality. And I stole the moment. So Christina, back to you.
No, you're fine. And so it's funny. I told Megan, I was like, I have a really great name for if we want to have a brand for it, for our show. And I said, let's call it Brand Babes Talk. And she had a visceral reaction to being called a brand babe. So then I when we were first piloting
it wasn't positive. In other words, for those of us who aren't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now she's the one that always refers to our show as Brand Babes Talk, but I had piloted it with this kind of image, Brand Talk. So I leave it at Brand Talk. I'm sure we'll transition to Brand Babes soon. I don't know, whenever I feel like it. But that's kind of how that started. And I also reuse it. And my thing about creating content is be smart about it. Just keep reusing it as much as in as many ways as you can. So I posted on LinkedIn. I posted on my my website, my actual website clients go to as, a blog. Mm-hmm. And it's informative. It's kind of current information. It's letting people know that we are subject matter experts.
I love that.
And that's kind of where it goes. And also I wanted to touch on Instagram recently. It's been a big thing. They're focusing on video content and giving that preferential algorithm treatment on Instagram. And so I'm happy that we're doing it and using it as an IGTV live, or not live, but IGTV, because that's promoting that video content. And reels, I've been lazy on my reels, but I was doing them once a week. And if you go to my Instagram page, you can see them under the reels button.
Yep.
But that is a great way to get new followers, because they can really hit with kind of a lot of views if you just happen to use the right hashtags in the right moment.
Well, I've heard the same thing from others, that Reels and IGTV, but specifically Reels, is something where they've broadened their viewership and then attracted the right, tribe, if you will, the right community where people follow because they like what you're doing. And so I think that's a brilliant strategy. Jeff, maybe we should have figured that out. So it's going to take guests like us.
I'm kind of making some notes myself.
Yeah, we're like, oh yeah. Instagram Reels. Yeah.
We're all learning, and again, bringing it back to our viewing audience and the distributors that are watching this. I mean, this is such great content. And thank you, Christina, for being so willing and open to share, this with the audience. Is amazing.
Yeah. And reminding us of the strategy that this is what, you didn't just, you sound like maybe you were just going to be willing to wing it, but there was a purpose to this. And I can see that in how you think. You're like, yeah, let's go for it. But you've got some strategies tied to it. You're looking at some tactics, even of let's try this, let's try that, and let's be in this space. So we tip our caps to you, Christina Maag. You have brightened our show in every single way. I love the fact that you reminded us that video is a big player again on Instagram, and let's not lose sight of that. Is there anything else you want to share with our amazing audience, all 25 of them now? Brandon might correct us, because thank God we're on Promo Corner where more people can see us. But is there anything else you'd like to wrap up with? Yeah, sure. As a newer business owner, and just kind of newer to the industry, I think a couple tips that I would say is, be authentic to yourself and your brand. Because I didn't have a brand strategy for Hoopla, but it's developed on its own because it's me. I think also don't be afraid to go for it. Just try it. What's the worst that's going to happen? And then I think third of all, which I don't know if we touched on it earlier, is if it is not your thing, social media and all that kind of jazz, if that's not your strong suit, or it terrifies you, or it's just not your thing, every business book I read is the turning point for a business is when you realize you need to let go of things that you're not good at. And which I know I'm a one-woman business, so I'm not following it right now, but let go of what you're not. You don't have a choice. You don't have a
Right,
choice.
right.
Right.
Let go of what you're not good at. Of what you're not good at, what you don't enjoy, and hire a professional.
Yes.
Like, don't spin your wheels on it,
That's
so
great advice, Christina. It's powerful. Learn to outsource, learn to delegate in an appropriate way with some responsibility and some management. You have some, oversight there, but at the same time, find people that are passionate about video, for example, like Brandon or others who have that skill and love it and live in that space, because the truth is we couldn't even do this without Brandon. This would be an epic fail.
Brandon, he holds it all together for us, and he's got some thoughts or something for us, right?
He's back. He's back.
I am back, everybody. Now, this has been fantastic. I want to say a huge thank you to everybody who is watching live. We do have a few comments that I do want to read live on air here.
Sure.
Melissa Newman, she did post that your logo is fire, so she loves that.
She gets it, of course.
Yeah, Ellie posts and she says your lookbooks and Instagram are strong. And Ellie also posted great advice on making lists right now of what I need to let go of. So that is so awesome. There's been a ton of likes across all the platforms. Everybody loves what you're doing. Obviously, all of us here at Tacos Live love what you're doing. So keep it up. It's awesome.
Thanks, guys.
You're welcome. It's easy to brag when we capture this amazing content and hardworking, driven, focused business owners like Christina Maag. Christina, it's such a pleasure to be here with you. Thanks again for taking the time. And Brandon, what do we do at the end of the show?
Well, we have a little tacos up. So normally we would all have real tacos.
Look,
again,
we have twins.
You guys are
Brandon.
we have twins.
You know what?
Jeff is the only one that's got the live taco, I think, for the past 2 shows now. I'm going to need to change that next week.
I had some, but they didn't make it out in time. So my bad. Christina, don't feel guilty. I should know better than anybody, and I dropped the ball, which Brandon tipped me off to these little guys, these little piñatas, and somebody sent me one. So I was like, I'm going to hang on to this one. I also have a therapy taco at the office, which is a plushy toy, and sometimes I'll use that. But I like your virtual taco. You were in spirit, and we will reconnect in Las Vegas in 2022.
I will definitely be adding in the virtual taco in the edit. So be on the lookout for that, everybody. But yes, Jeff, do you have anything you'd like to say here to close it up, man?
No, I thought this was an awesome show. And, again, thank you to Promo Corner for allowing us to do this on your guys' platform, as well as our platform on freepromotips.com, and also for Christina to share all her wisdom with us. And Jay, always a pleasure to hang with you.
Absolutely. But it's all about Christina. Thank you so much again before we cut you loose. Wonderful show. Great work. Can't wait to be a fanboy for the rest of however long you'll let me while I'm lurking.
That's
my pleasure. My pleasure.
The lurkers, they are out there, and that's a real thing. All right, guys, thank you so much for checking this out. Again, like Jeff said, they do this show every week. We are live here on Promo Corner on the 2nd and 4th Tuesdays. On those other Tuesdays, make sure to head over to freepromotips.com to check out this amazing show that they do. But until then, we will see you. Actually, I think it's the 2nd Tuesday in August, guys. August.
Oh, okay. Woo, that's a ways out. Tacos up.
Aren't we doing a special show with Brandon?
I think that's near the end of August. We're gonna be doing some epic branding with me. I'm actually gonna be the guest, so I'm pumped on that. All right, it's
gonna be a fiesta.
Will be a fiesta. All right, guys, we will see you on the 2nd Tuesday in August. Thanks.
See ya. Thanks.